It started?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Now tell me your doubts. Any doubt? Yeah, tell me. It's going on. No need to pause. It's okay. हाँ.
I framed some sentence, sir.
Okay. So you read? Can you read?
Yeah. Jasri Etudia.
हाँ.
L.A. Chantia.
हाँ. Wait 1 second. See here. Any doubt comes, you ask. See, I already told that these two letters, say ash will form single sound. Sh,
Sh.
sh, sh, sh. Okay, sh sound. Say ash will make sh sound. There are, see, in French also we have, there are so many borrowed words from foreign means other languages. Okay. So there are many foreign origin words in French also.
Okay.
There are many words which have been borrowed from other languages. Okay. So in that case, pronunciation will differ. This is French word. Okay. So here is okay. Say ash will make sh sound. But there are many words in French which have been borrowed from other languages, foreign origin words. Okay. So in that case, if you find say ash, then say ash will not be making sh sound. Like for example, you can see this word. This word is borrowed from other languages. Okay. So here say ash is not going to make sh sound.
Yeah.
Another word you can see.
We can apply the rule that one whenever consonants comes before C, then we have to use ka.
So here it will be
K.
K. Okay, and it depends on which letter comes after that. Okay, which letter after say ash, it's clear. So here it will be K. Like here also you can see K. These two are not French words, but borrowed from other languages, foreign origin words. Okay, there are words of Greek, Germanic origin. There are words from other languages also that we are using in French. Okay, so you can see here RN will make nasal vowel sound, and that nasal vowel sound will be on. Okay, and already I told you will make which sound? So these two letters will make single sound and you know that L is final pronounced consonant. We need to pronounce L. So we pronounce it chanteur. Okay. So keep in mind there are words borrowed from other languages in French, foreign origin words. There are words of Germanic origin and other foreign language words. Okay. So in that case, say ash will make k sounds. Apart from that case, in other cases, say ash will make sh sounds. Sh. Okay. Chanteur. Okay. So L chanteur. It's not a correct sentence grammatically. Why? If you say a chanteur, this is correct sentence. Why I am saying? Because you can see here subject pronoun is feminine. Meaning is she. Here subject pronoun is il, meaning is he, masculine form. So what we have to keep in mind is that when you are using adverb, when you are framing sentences with the help of auxiliary verb être, when you are framing sentences with the help of auxiliary verb être, in that case complement will have agreement with subject in gender as well as in number. Again I repeat, this is which verb? Conjugation of which verb? Auxiliary verb être in third person singular. So what I am saying here is that when you are framing the sentence with the help of auxiliary verb être, in that case complement will have agreement with subject. Complement will have agreement with subject in gender as well as in number. In gender as well as in number. Okay. So here this is masculine. So this is masculine form. Chanteur. Chanteur. Singer. Meaning is singer. Okay. Singer. Chanteur. You are talking about male singer. When you say, you see, if you want to make this feminine, if you want to get feminine form of singer, what you have to do? You have to remove this air. In place of air, you have to add s. So it will be chanteuses, 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 chanteur, chanteuse. Chanteur, chanteuse, chanteur, chanteuse, chanteur, chanteuse. Clear? So this is an adjective. This is an adjective. Okay. It is not preceded by any determiner, any article, because here it is functioning as an adjective. Okay. This adjective, this complement is having agreement with this subject in gender as well as in number. Keep in mind, this is profession. We are talking about profession. Okay. So keep in mind, in general, I will tell you, these in a, la, okay, will be followed by an adjective in French, generally. Okay. So it will not carry any article. Okay. So here we are using profession as an adjective.
Okay.
As an adjective. So again I repeat, when you are using être verb, complement will have agreement with subject in gender as well as in number.
Okay.
So il est chanteur, elle est chanteuse. Okay.
Sir, can you please give some clarity when we are pronouncing est?
See, here already I told this is one syllable word.
One syllable.
So all will be pronounced a. All will be pronounced a. And both these will be silent.
Why?
This is an exception. There are certain, there is no rule. Why it is silent, there is nothing. There is no explanation why it is silent. But this will be silent. It is an exception. Okay, so here S-A will not be pronounced. It is an exception. Okay, S-A will not be pronounced. It is an exception, keep in mind. And all will be pronounced A. Because all is followed by a consonant in the same syllable. Already I told, when all is followed by a consonant in the same syllable, all will be pronounced a. So elle est chanteuse, elle est chanteuse, il est chanteur. Clear?
Yes.
Clear?
Yeah.
So elle est chanteuse, il est chanteur, elle est chanteuse, il est chanteur. Clear? So this you have to keep in mind. So whenever you are using être verb, auxiliary verb, keep in mind complement will have agreement with subject in gender as well as in number.
Yeah.
Clear?
Yes.
Next sentence. What will be next sentence?
Il est acteur.
So see, he has written il est acteur. So il est acteur. Il est acteur. Same chanteur masculine form. So il est acteur, correct. So if somebody will ask you, if you want to tell she is an actress, so
Elle est actrice.
no, elle est actrice. Actrice, we have actrice, actor, actrice, chanteur, chanteuse, chanteur, chanteuse. Why chanteuse? Because already I told single S between two vowels. Single S will be pronounced Z.
Chanteur.
Chanteuse, chanteur. actor, actress. So here you can see agreement of this object with subject in gender as well as in number. Here also feminine singular, masculine singular, masculine singular, feminine singular.
Okay.
Clear? Any doubt?
No, sir.
Next.
Then to a coffee.
To a, see here, look at this sentence. Very good. To a. So here we are talking about only profession, okay?
Yes, sir.
Only profession. So to a, you are addressing to second person singular informal. So you have written to a. This we have already done. See again, already you know. Actor, chanteur. Here you can see, I already told how to pronounce this word.
So
Coeffor.
sir, wo I comes the
How to
coffee. Cough.
Coeffor. You already know you.
Yeah.
You will make one sound, single sound Then OE will make single sound wa. Like trova. Wa. The rest already you know.
Kofa.
Wa. Where wa sound is when you are pronouncing there is no wa sound.
So coiffeur.
Wafa.
Super, correct. So it is how to pronounce coiffeur.
Yeah.
Coiffeur, because COE, qua, and then double F, coiffeur. So if you say coiffeur means
Hairdresser.
Hairdresser, yeah. Coiffeur. So hairdresser can be male, hairdresser can be female. Okay, hairdresser can be male, can be female. So this is male, masculine form. What will be the feminine form? Coiffeur, coiffano, chanteurs. We
Okay.
did. So here,
Coiffeurs.
oh my chanteurs, coiffeurs. Okay. So je suis acteur, elle est actrice. Je suis chanteur, elle est chanteuse. Je suis coiffeur, elle est coiffeuse. Je suis étudiant, elle est étudiante. Clear?
Yes.
So coiffeur, hairdresser. Okay, next.
Nous sommes stupides.
Nous sommes stupides. Okay, so nous sommes stupides. Nous sommes. So what is the meaning of nous sommes? We have already done. We are. We are addressing to first person plural. Sri, last class I told, you can see this word SOMMERS. So this word is not one syllable word. Okay, you can see here this word is not one syllable word.
Yeah.
Okay, this word is made of how many syllables?
2 syllables.
2 syllables. So what I told you, that any French word ending with OS, if that word is made of more than one syllable, made of more than 3 letters, in that case final OS will not be pronounced. I told, so how to pronounce som, because these two will be silent. Clear?
Yes, sir.
So nous sommes means we are. Here which verb we are conjugating? Auxiliary verb être. So you told we are stupid.
Yeah.
Okay? So stupid spelling is this. Okay? So there is one mistake here. There is one mistake. Stupid. In English we say this. But in French you have to add a. So see, this word is ending, this adjective is ending with a. That is its original spelling. So masculine feminine form will remain same as it is. Okay. Je suis stupide, tu es stupide, il est stupide, elle est stupide. Okay, so this will always be there.
Yeah.
But there is one mistake. We are stupid. So nous sommes stupid. See here, you are addressing to first person plural. This sentence is in plural form. This sentence is not in singular form. No, we are not saying tu es stupide, il est stupide, elle est stupide, je suis stupide. We are saying we are stupid.
Yeah.
We are.
Second
We
person.
three.
Yeah.
Okay, so here what you have to keep in mind, subject is in plural form.
Yes, yes.
And complement is in singular form.
Singular form.
So there is no agreement of complement with subject in number.
Okay.
So what to do in order to make any adjective, any noun plural, we add s.
Yes.
That's all. Because the stupid already ending with, see, we never see one thing.
Yes.
We never use stupid as a noun. Stupid we always use as an adjective.
Adjective.
Okay, idiot can be used as a noun as an adjective. But stupid we use only as an adjective. Only as an adjective. Okay, keep in mind. Clear? Clear? Clear?
Yes.
So keep in mind stupid ends with or in French. So masculine feminine form will remain same. Only in order to have agreement of this complement with plural subject, you need to add s.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Clear?
Yes, sir.
Clear?
Yes, sir. Vous êtes professeur. Vous êtes professeur.
So here I want to teach you one thing. You are very hard working student. नायक नायक नहीं, मैं खलनायक बन गया।
खलनायक।
हाँ, vous êtes
Professor.
professor. So one thing I'll tell you, see, when you are writing profession, no, keep it in small letter, don't keep it in this capital letter. Keep it in small.
All nouns should be in small letters.
No, not all nouns. Proper nouns you have to write in capital only. Proper nouns you have to write in capital. Will always start with capital. I'm talking about here profession. When we're talking about profession, then you should start with small letter.
Small.
Okay. Profession is small letter. Keep in mind. See here. So you pronounce it vous êtes professor.
Yeah.
Professor is made of how many syllables? Who will try? P R O F R S S R U R.
So three syllables.
After which letter?
After O. First.
After O.
One
Okay.
letter.
Second is after first yes.
Then
Yes. U R is one syllable.
Two syllables.
Correct, yeah. So 1, 2, 3, 3 syllables. Okay, why? Because already I told two consecutive vowels cannot be separated.
Yeah.
So these two cannot be separated, and a consonant cannot form a syllable on its own. So they will be part of one syllable. Now you tell me, Sri, how to pronounce this word. Any doubt comes, you can ask. P R O F R S S R U R. P R O F R S S R U R. Nayak, how to pronounce?
Professor. Professor.
Yes. Why? See here. See, I told when a is followed by a consonant in the same syllable. I told when letter a is followed by a consonant in the same syllable, a will be pronounced a. So here professor and then sir, because already I told when there are two s,
Yeah.
then s will pronounce sir as is. So professor, professor, professor. Sri, any doubt?
No sir.
Always keep in mind when letter a is followed by a consonant in the same syllable, a will be pronounced a. So professor, professor, professor. Who at professor? And already I told when letter a carries accent circumflex, or will be pronounced a. So at. And this word is not one syllable what This word is made of two syllables. Okay?
Yes.
So final S will not be pronounced. Already I told.
Yes.
And now see, there is one mistake in pronunciation. So I am going to explain one term. One term I have already explained, Elysium. I explained Elysium.
Yeah, yeah.
Elysium is the dropping of vowel from one syllable word, and that vowel must be A or E, and that vowel will be replaced by apostrophe. And then two words will get contracted. I explained Elysium. Now I am going to explain new term. You can see here, that is contraction. It helps in pronunciation. See. 3, this word is made of how many syllables? Lereson.
3 syllables.
After which letter?
After E. First after E.
After which E?
First E.
After first E.
No, sir. After S. Before S. Before S.
Before S.
Yeah.
Why you know? I told you that when there are two consecutive vowels cannot be separated. So this we apply with 3 also. So these 3 cannot be separated. It's not only about two, because we don't have many words where you will find 3 vowels at a stretch. Generally we have 2 vowels comes. So whether we have 2 consecutive vowels or 3 consecutive vowels cannot be separated. So they will be part of one syllable. So and single S between 2 vowels, single S will be the starting of new syllable. So Sri, how to pronounce this word? How to pronounce this word?
Sorry, liaison. Liaison.
Little bit, that is 100%, 99.99% correct pronunciation. Point for mistake is there. When single S is placed between 2 vowels, single S will be pronounced Z. So liaison, liaison, Z, liaison. Li, R-E, already I told, R-E will make this sound. So lie, and then O-N will make nasal vowel sound. Liaison, 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 liaison. Okay. So in last class we did Elysium. Elysium. Today we are doing liaison. 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 So keep in mind liaison right now. Liaison concerns only oral. You need to apply liaison only in a spoken form, not in written. Only in spoken. When you speak French, at that time you have to keep in mind whether liaison is possible or not. In written, it is not going to be of any use. We don't apply liaison in written. Only we apply it in spoken, in oral form. Okay, but Elysium we apply in both written as well as oral, because what I explained, when first word is one syllable word made of maximum 3 letters ending with A or E, and next word is starting with a vowel or mute ash, silent ash. In that case, last letter, last vowel from first word will be dropped, and that vowel will be replaced by apostrophe. So that you have to show in written, and accordingly you have to pronounce in oral. But when it comes to liaison, it concerns only oral. You don't have to show anything in written. Only you have to pronounce it. Only you have to use it in spoken form, oral form. Okay, so see here. You can note down. Liaison we apply. Liaison we apply to pronounce. Liaison we apply to pronounce final silent consonants. Liaison we apply to pronounce final silent consonants. Because already you know, apart from say, F, L, R, B, K, Q, all other consonants will remain silent at the final position of French words. So there is one way to pronounce them. and that way is liaison. So liaison we do to pronounce final silent consonants, and already you know which consonants are final silent consonants. Which consonants? Apart from those 7
Yeah.
final pronounced consonants, all other consonants are final silent consonants.
Yeah.
Clear? Okay. So liaison we do to pronounce final silent consonants. This is one point. When we have liaison, I will going to explain. I explained you first point is that why we apply liaison. What is the need of applying liaison? So we apply liaison to pronounce final silent consonants. Okay. Second point is when we can apply liaison, when we can use liaison to pronounce final silent consonants. When? So keep in mind how you pronounce this word. Vu. Why? Because you know that S is final silent consonant. Clear? And what I told you about liaison, when first word is ending with final silent consonant, like this first word ending with final silent consonant S, and the following word starting with a vowel or silent ash, mute ash. In that case, liaison will take place. And when liaison will take place, you have to pronounce this final silent consonant. And when you are going to pronounce in oral this final silent consonant, you have to keep one thing in mind. When you are going to pronounce this final silent consonant, should appear as if this final silent consonant is the first letter of the following word. First letter of the following word in oral. So what you have to do? You have to pronounce these 3 and then
Sete.
this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These 5 letters. So what you have to keep in mind? You should not take a break. You should not take a pause between 2 words. Why? Because 2 words are getting connected. How? Because of liaison. How you are making liaison? How you are making liaison? Because your 2 words are getting involved.
Yeah.
First word is ending with final silent consonant. Second one is starting with a vowel.
Any vowel.
Any vowel or silent ash.
Okay.
Then liaison will take place.
Okay.
And then you have to pronounce final silent consonant.
Yeah.
So when you want to pronounce it, this final silent consonant should appear here.
Here.
So first you pronounce this, immediately this. You cannot say who and after 2 minutes the rest. You have to pronounce it together, without break. Okay?
Was it?
Clear? Now see here. Keep in mind. 3. Whenever liaison will take place, in order to pronounce final silent consonant S,
Okay.
whenever you are applying liaison to pronounce final silent consonant S, in that case, what will be the sound of S? Sound of S will be Z. Z. Keep in mind, at any cost, in any case, whenever you are applying liaison to pronounce this final silent consonant S will be pronounced Z. Okay, so Sri will try. Sri, now you know that between these 2 words, liaison is mandatory. Okay, so what I told you, when you are going to make liaison between S and vowel, always keep in mind S will be pronounced Z. Second point, when you are pronouncing this Z sound should appear here, not here but here, as if Z letter is the first letter of the following word. So, and you have to pronounce these 2 words together. You cannot take a break. Why? Because of liaison, 2 words are getting connected. There is involvement, engagement of 2 words, 2 letters. 2 letters are there. Okay, so you try to pronounce this.
So, vous êtes.
Ete, no. This is silent, no. Or S is silent.
Vous êtes.
हाँ, once more.
Who's it?
हाँ, correct. So Sri, you see here Sri, you see one thing. This word is made of two syllables. And I told you that any French word ending with "s," if that word is made of more than one syllable, more than three words, "s" will not be pronounced. Keep in mind. Okay. So here how to pronounce? See, who's that? Who's that? Who's that? Who's that? Who's that? Who's that? You cannot say who and then after 2 minutes z. That is not possible. Together, because here engagement of two letters are happening. Contraction is happening. So you cannot separate them. Who's that? Who's that? Who's that? Clear? So how to say you are professor?
Who's that professor?
So who's that professor? Who's that professor? Who's that professor? Who's that professor? So when you are like saying, for example, I am addressing to you both. I am saying you are professors. You are professors. You
No.
are professors.
No.
Okay. So is there any mistake in this sentence? When I am saying you are professors, I am not asking question. I am not saying are you professors. I am saying you are professors. So when I am saying you are professors, I will use this sentence. So is there any mistake in this sentence? If I want to say you are professors, any mistake here in this sentence?
Sir, we have to add plural word.
Yes, because whenever you are using as the verb, complement will have agreement with subject in gender as well as in number. Okay, so here you are addressing to whom? Here subject is what? Plural form. So here complement also must be plural.
Yeah.
Okay, so you have to add s. We are not addressing to. Here this who represents what? Second person plural. Both male. There is no female.
Yeah.
So simply you have to add s. Clear?
Clear.
Clear? Clear? Simply you have to add s. If it is similar form, then you have to remove s. When you say if you remove s, you are addressing to second person singular formal manner, respected form. Clear? Because I explained you who has two uses. To address to second person singular, formal manner, respected manner, and second person plural as it is. Okay, clear? So when you say who said professor without s, you are addressing to second person singular, formal context, formal situation, formal manner. When you say who said professor with s, you are addressing to second person plural. Clear? So in the same way, if you are addressing to second person singular female, so what you have to do? You have to remove this and you have to add a professor. Okay? If you are like you both are female, and if I want to say you are professors, so in that case, it's already female. Just you need to add s. So this you are addressing to female professors. Who's a professor with s? See Sri. Here also it is ending with s. So s will not be pronounced. Clear? Clear. So who's a professor? Who's a professor? Who's a professor? Pronunciation will remain same. Clear? Sri, one thing. This is very complicated. Okay, you will understand. See here. Like Sri is male, you are female. Or you are male, Sri is female. Okay. So here we have both. Okay. I am addressing to second person plural only. But we have male, female both. So in that case, what you are going to do here? What you are going to do? If female, you know female, you will add a. If female plural, you will add s. If masculine, you will remove a. If masculine plural, you will add s. But if both will be there in plural, what you are going to do? If I am addressing to you both, one is male, one is female. So what you are going to do? What changes you are going to do? So keep in mind, when you are talking about plural form, plural, in that case, if we have both male and female, masculine and feminine, so we keep masculine form. Okay, so when I am addressing to male, female, you are professors, I will give masculine form. If only female, then or s. If female singular, without s. But both, then we have to give masculine form. So that is the problem in French. They are biased.
Male dominant.
Yeah, male dominated. That is the problem. See, it's clear. When in plural, always keep in mind in plural, when both male and female are there, we keep masculine form.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So you have written next sentence. Any sentence next?
No.
No. So this you have to keep in mind. Okay. Now see, I will explain.
Yeah. So.
One second. So here we were talking about this professions. Okay. So it is clear.
Yes.
Any doubt?
No doubt.
No doubt. Clear?
Yes.
100%?
Yes.
Everyone clear?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
We will go slowly. Okay. These many sentences. Okay. Now see here. This already we have done. I will show you how simple it is to make sentences. See here. Any doubt comes, you ask. Now we are not talking about adverb, so you don't need to worry about means agreement between object and subject. Okay, here we are not talking about adverb. Keep in mind.
Adverb means helping verbs.
Helping verb. So in French we have only two helping verbs. Être and another one is there. Very simple and see how simple it is to conjugate any verb. See, I have written here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 verbs. Okay, so we'll start from last. See the spelling. Any doubt comes, you ask. See, again I repeat, Sri Nayak. When you are using adverb,
Okay.
in that case, complement will have agreement with subject in gender as well as in number. Keep in mind.
Okay.
Okay, that is very important. Always keep in mind. Adverb means you have to think of agreement. Agreement of complement with subject. So here we are using, see already I told, ask we don't pronounce. And what I have told before, you can see the ending.
Is this ES or ER?
This verb we are dealing with. Before we have done this verb, last class we did this verb.
Yeah.
What I told you about pronunciation of these two letters? What I told you, Sri, about pronunciation of these two letters?
A.
Is pronounced
A.
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 We pronounce A. The way we pronounce A of English alphabet. A. Okay. Last class we did parlay. We did no parlay.
Yes.
That time I explained that whenever any verb is ending with a-r, any verb ending with a-r will make single sound A. A of English alphabet. So how to pronounce this word? This verb?
Sir, Adike.
No. Ash, a, be. This is be. B-E-T-A-R. Ash, a, B-E-T-A-R.
Abide.
Abide.
Sir, from here it looks like a K and a E.
Okay. So wait.
Habite.
Wait. Okay. Abite. Okay. This is silent. Abite. So abite means, abite is a verb. Again I repeat. See here. 90% verbs in French end with or. And all those 90% verbs ending with or, in that case or will make single sound A. So here we pronounce abite, abite. So abite means to leave. Abite means to leave.
Abite means to.
Abite means to leave.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Abite means to leave. So clear.
Yes.
So abite means to leave. Okay. So I will ask you,
Yes.
Sri Nayak, you
Yes.
have to conjugate this verb. So how you are going to conjugate this verb abite? In order to conjugate any verb, we need subjects.
Yes, yes.
And already I have given you subject pronouns.
Yes, yes.
I have given you subject pronouns.
Yeah.
So you take subject pronouns I will write.
Ja abite.
Not just only subject pronouns. You take only subject pronouns. Je, je, then
Tu.
Tu.
then
Il.
then
Ele.
then
Nu.
Nu.
Vu.
Vu.
then il,
L.
clear.
L.
You have any doubt with pronunciation? Any doubt here?
No. Yes, it
It's
is
very simple to see. This word is made of how many syllables? Two
two
syllables.
syllables and more than 3 letters. So
Or is followed by a consonant the same syllable. So L. Here also L. This R is will be silent because this word is made of more than one syllable. This word is made of more than 3 letters. So L, il, nu, vu, je, tu.
Tu.
Clear? Now see here. If I ask you how to conjugate this verb, how you are going to conjugate? I told you. Do you remember? Very simple. I have already explained parley verb in last class.
Yeah.
Ending with or.
Yeah.
So how you are going to conjugate this verb? Subjects are there.
Yeah.
Now we need conjugation of this verb. How to conjugate? See here. You don't have to turn page. Logic is there. What you have to do? You have to write only this. You just write this. Ash a beite. 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 These two are endings. I already told 90% verbs end with or. Or means ending of these 90% verbs will be or. So you have to drop or. You have to just write ash a beite, ash a beite. Clear? Then what I told you, what will be the ending when you are conjugating verbs ending with or? What will be the ending? So here,
complement.
what will be the ending? You don't remember.
Sir, ja a.
Then with Q or S. Then again R. Then O N S. Then O Z. Then O N T. Clear? So only this much you have to. You don't have to show. You don't have to underline. I am underlining to show you that this will be the ending of 90% verbs ending with or. Clear? So this is very easy practice. Okay. Now see here Sri. So here we have subject pronouns. Here we have conjugated abite verb according to subject pronouns, according to subjects.
Okay.
So we have je. How you are going to pronounce this conjugation of abite verb here?
Abite.
How will you pronounce abite, Sri?
Sir. Ja abit.
You don't need to pronounce this. You pronounce only this. How to pronounce this word? How you are going to pronounce ash a beite or? How you are going to pronounce?
Abit. Abit.
Abit. Why abit? See, you see here. Here there is nothing. See, why you are pronouncing abit? Logic is there. This all will be silent because already I told we pronounce or at the end when word is made of one syllable, made of maximum 3 letters. In that case also that word must represent an article, a preposition, a pronoun, an adjective. Here this word is made of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 words, 6 letters.
Yes.
Clear? So this is silent.
Yeah.
And already I told consonant that comes just before final or needs to be pronounced. So which consonant comes just before final a te? So te needs to be pronounced. So it comes ta. Why ta? Because you know that after te we have a.
Yeah.
So it cannot be te. No, it cannot be te. Ta. Ta. You are not going to say ta. 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 Okay. So we pronounce abit. 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 Now Sri, how to pronounce this word?
Abit.
Abit. Why abit? Because this word is not made of one syllable. Okay, this word is not made of maximum 3 letters. Ending with a s, so a s will remain silent. So again abit. Abit. Now this one ash a be ite a.
Same, sir.
Abit. Same thing because a silent which consonant comes before a te. So abit. Now this one I have written ash a be ite o n s.
Abito.
Abiton.
Why? Because s is silent and o n will make nasal vowel sound o. Very simple. So abito. Clear? Now you see that I have not written because I have not explained this. Wait. So ash a be ite a z. Note down. Any French word ends with a z. Any French word ends with a z. Any French word ends with a z. In that case, a z will make single sound a, like a of English alphabet. At any cost, any French word ending with a z, in that case, a z will make single sound a like a of English alphabet.
Like even a are also pronounced a if it is ends.
So how to pronounce this?
Abite.
Abite. What? Now see here. Whenever you are going to conjugate any verb, see here. When you are conjugating verb ending with a in third person plural, in that case ending will be a and te. A and te will not be pronounced. Okay, when you are conjugating 90% verbs which end with a in third person plural, ending will be a and te. In that case, a and te will not be pronounced. So how are you going to pronounce?
Abit.
So ask your doubts. It is your right to ask your doubts. Okay. So again I repeat. Abit, 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 abiton, abite, abit. Okay. Sir, you again start.
Yes, sir.
So you see here. Now already I told abit means to leave. So you know je means I. So I leave. We are going to say I leave. So see Sri. Je means I, abit means leave. But still I find one mistake here.
Okay.
Can you find the mistake here? I have written je abit. Je abit. You cannot find, but still I am asking. Can you find the mistake here? Je abit. Je abit. We have to apply something here. What we have to apply here? We have to apply something.
Masculine or
We have to apply this. Why? Because elision concerns written as well as oral. What I told you, listen. What I told you about elision. When first word is one syllable word, generally made of maximum 3 letters, ending with any one of these 3 vowels, a, e. When first word is one syllable word, made of generally maximum 3 letters, ending with one of these 3 vowels, a, e, and the following word is starting with a vowel or silent ash, then you have to apply elision. And if you apply elision, you have to drop vowel from one syllable word and and that vowel will be replaced by apostrophe. Okay, so because of elision,
Yeah.
two words got contracted. So
Okay.
how you are going to pronounce now?
Jabit.
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 Do you have any problem with elision?
No.
No,
Sir,
sir, no, sir.
See,
slowly tell the
see, when first word,
Okay.
is one syllable word, generally one syllable word, made of maximum 3 letters,
Okay.
and that word must end with any one of these 3 vowels, a, e.
Okay.
When first word is one syllable word made of maximum 3 letters,
Okay.
and that one syllable word must end with any one of these 3 vowels, a, e, and the following word must start with a vowel or silent ash. Then you have to apply elision, and once you apply elision, you have to replace that vowel from one syllable word by an apostrophe,
Okay, sir.
and then you have to pronounce 2 words together. So Jabit, clear?
Yes.
Now next, tell me next, any problem is there in next? Tu abit, any mistake is there in second conjugation?
No mistake.
Why?
Sir, because that Q is one syllable,
Yes.
but ending letter is not a.
Yes, correct. Okay, so here it is correct. Tu abit, il abit, el abit. Now you tell me how to pronounce this. How to pronounce this?
Yes.
This N-O-U-S, Ash, A-B-E-T-O-N-S. How to pronounce?
Nusabit.
Nose.
O-N-S, O-N-S. O-N-S will make nasal sound O.
Nusabito.
Clear? So why Nusabito? Because of
We are applying liaison.
liaison. Because you can see liaison. Liaison. You can see, I told you liaison we do to pronounce final silent consonant.
Yes.
So this word is ending with final silent consonant S, and the following word is starting with silent ash. Silent ash. So already I told, whenever S will have liaison, S will pronounce Z. And when you are making liaison, that sound should come here. So nu zabito. That final silent consonant will become the first letter of the following word when you are pronouncing. Okay. So nu zabito. Clear? Now see how to pronounce this. V-O-U-S, Ash, A-B-E-T-O-Z.
Nusabite.
Excellent. Perfect. Got diagram. So vous habitez same liaison. Nous habitons, vous habitez. Now with il and l. With il how to pronounce?
Il habite.
Il habite. Liaison. अरे भाई liaison is there, il ending with s.
Yes.
You have to see
Yeah.
how to pronounce.
Il habite.
Il zabit. Same rule, no, it's not
Zabit.
it's you have to keep in mind whenever first word is ending with silent consonant, the following word starting with a vowel or silent ash, you have to make liaison. So il zabit, el zabit, il zabit, el zabit. So now you read a whole. See, you read all conjugation from top to here.
Zabit. Q. Abit. Il. Abit. El. Abit. Nous habitons. Vous habitez. Vous habitez. Il habite. Elle habite.
Very good performance. Because when I was learning French, no, after 1 year I learned these things. That is perfect. Sharp mind.
It's because of your teacher.
No, fresh mind. Means full focus, he doesn't have girlfriend. So he's on full focus on studies. No tension, no complete clear. What is happening? Perfect now.
Something message.
Okay. That space is not there, I think. it's okay. Okay, I'm going on.
Can you give some time? We will write that.
Now you can write. See again. So you always keep in mind, okay, whenever any word is ending with a, so you have to see whether that word is one syllable
Syllable
word
or
made of maximum 3 letters. It's a pronoun, preposition, verb, pronoun, preposition, article or adjective. Then only a will be pronounced. Otherwise, a will not be pronounced. So this word is not made of maximum 3 letters. This word is not a pronoun, a preposition, an article or an adjective. This is a verb. 100% all will be silent.
Yes,
So
yes.
abi here also already I told os.
It
So
is
any
also
word which
os.
is made of maximum 3 letters, one syllable word ending with os, then os can be pronounced a or a. Otherwise os will be silent.
Silent.
So abi, then o and we make nasal sound. O. So abi to s will be silent. Or z will always make a sound. Abite. So whenever you are conjugating verb ending with o and they will be silent in third person plural always. Now you can note down. Now you can write down.
Yes.
So abite is a verb.
A are forming two. In the first letter, abite. So A and R are it means two.
No man.
See, first you have written.
I have this is a verb meaning in English.
Okay.
In English we say to leave only, na.
Yeah.
Verb is abite.
Okay.
There is no meaning of this. Abite means to leave. In English, how will you translate? To leave only I leave, you leave, he leaves, she leaves, we leave,
Yeah.
you leave, they leave.
Okay.
So abite means to leave. If you translate this verb in English, meaning will be to leave.
To leave.
So I leave, you leave, he leaves, she leaves. Okay, wrote down. Wrote down. You have written three.
So, sir, I'm still reading. So, while writing the nous habitons, nous habitons.
Only oral, liaison only oral.
Oh, yes.
You don't have to show anything in written.
Oh, okay.
Only oral. You don't have to do this or that.
Okay.
Only in elision you have to drop vowel and add apostrophe.
Oh.
So elision concerns both written as well as oral. See, before elision we pronounce je habit. After elision we pronounce jabit. Why jabit? Because we have removed a. Okay, so elision concerns both written as well as oral. Liaison concerns only oral.
Oh, yes.
So any doubt comes you can ask. For your understanding you can write down. Okay, but in general we don't. Okay, we don't show that here liaison is taking place because liaison is only for oral, only for a spoken purpose.
Yes, sir.
Finished.
Finish.
Okay, so keep in mind when in French simple present and present continuous will be same.
Oh.
Whether if you want to say I live, j'habite, I am living, then also j'habite. So simple present continuous will be same.
Same.
Always keep in mind. So now see here, where do we live? Where do we live? Where you live? Sri?
So, in Tamil Nadu.
In Tamil Nadu, in Tiruvarur.
In Tiruvarur.
Make it precise. Okay, in Tiruvarur. So if you want to say, I live in Tiruvarur. Okay, very simple. I live in Tiruvarur. Okay, so I live in. I have given you example. See here, Nayapur. Here I live Jabit. I live in. In is what? Preposition.
Yes, yes.
So which preposition we need to use here for in French? I have already given. I told you. I have already mentioned about that preposition. I live in. So in is preposition.
Yes.
So which preposition we have in French for in? Can you tell me? I have already given when I was explaining. When I was explaining homonym, I told you.
Dans.
No, no, the, no, that we have to use later on. That is also meaning is in only in context, but here it's not.
No, sir.
See, I gave you this and this. What I told you that when R carries axograph,
Graph.
which is a preposition, and without axograph, that is conjugation of avoir verb. You have written.
Yes.
You both have written.
Accent graph. Yes.
The meaning also you have written. You can see. R carrying axograph. What will be the meaning? See. At to in.
Yeah.
You have written. 3. You got it. You didn't get it. Hello.
I also noticed, sir.
See, R carrying preposition. R carrying preposition. R carrying axograph. Axograph symbol is this, man.
Okay.
Axograph symbol is this. This side. This is axon. So when R carries axograph, see here. When R carries axograph, it means that is a preposition. You see the sign.
Yes.
Okay, sign. This is axo-ague.
Okay.
This is axograph. This is axo-ague. This is axograph.
Okay.
Okay. So this preposition we use in French for in.
Okay.
So already I told R preposition. This R preposition can have 3 meanings depending on context. In, to, at. So I live in Tiruvarur. How will you say?
Jha, abit, Tiruvarur.
Wait. See here. See here. Elysium is taking place. Pronounce together. See. Wait. Here it is. Wait here. Wait. See here. Je habite. Here. Here see, habite is a verb, okay, and here I have conjugated je habite, okay. So after Elysium, before it is je habite, after Elysium it will be how? Jabit. Two words are getting connected, no. So you have to pronounce jabit. Before, because of Elysium, two words got connected, contraction is taking place. So you have to pronounce them together, like liaison. You have to say jabit.
Jhabit.
So how you say I live in Tiruvarur?
Jhabit, Tiruvarur.
Correct. Super. Jhabit are cities proper noun. We'll start with capital letter. Okay. Tiruvarur. So Jhabit are Tiruvarur. I live in Tiruvarur. Clear?
Sir, I just told it generally without Elysium, sir.
That is correct. Correct. So that is the difference. No. Before see, if there is no Elysium, you are going to pronounce je habite. If you are applying Elysium, jabit, because two words are getting connected. So jabit are Tiruvarur. Jabit are Tiruvarur. Okay, simple sentence, not difficult. Very simple.
Yes.
Okay, you got no.
So then when we use the
Don.
don,
This one.
D-A-R-N.
See, this preposition we use pronounce don. Okay,
Don.
don. This is
Don.
also preposition. This is also preposition. Like see, here we are talking about place. That preposition also we use for place, but I will explain that or not now.
Okay.
Step by step. Very simple. That is very simple, but step by step. So, Jhabit are Tiruvarur. Like introduction type. Okay, simple
Yes.
sentence. Jhabit are Tiruvarur. I live in Tiruvarur. Tu habit are Mumbai. You live in Mumbai. Il habite à Pune. Elle habite à Chennai. Nous habitons à Madurai. Vous habitez à Patna. Ils habitent à Erode. Elles habitent à Mayiladure. Okay, so keep in mind what I told. City is also a noun. City is also a noun, no.
Yes.
But keep in mind, before cities, we don't place any article in French. Before cities, we don't place any article. Otherwise, I already told that whenever noun is there, noun must be preceded by an article. But when it comes to cities, we don't place any article in French. Before cities, we don't place any article. Before cities, we don't place any article. Before cities or before village or before small places like Kanglacheri, we don't place any article. Keep in mind. Clear?
Yes.
Clear. I am talking about cities, villages, small streets, we don't place any article like Kangancheri or some local places.
Articles like the.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That I will come to that. La la le, we need to la la le.
Yeah.
Because it's a noun, everybody knows Tiruvarur is a proper noun.
Yeah.
But we don't have to place article in French. We don't place article in French before cities,
Cities. Okay.
villages, or small places like Kangancheri or Nilapuri,
Yes,
Nagpuri.
yes, sir, yes, sir.
Okay. So simply J'habite à Tiruvarur, j'habite à Kangancheri, j'habite à Sindhmangalam, j'habite à Mumbai, Pune, Chennai. Okay, clear?
Yes.
Any doubt?
No doubt.
Any doubt, Sri?
No doubt, sir.
No doubt, 100% clear?
Yes, sir.
100% clear?
Yes, sir.
100% clear?
Yes, sir.
So now see here, clear now?
Yes.
Now do you want to know how to ask where do you live? Do you want to know now?
Yes.
Do you want to know or shall we conjugate all these verbs?
Yes. No. We want to know that.
You want to
then
know?
only we can use it.
So if you want to know how to ask where do you live, it's a question.
Yes.
This is just a sentence, declarative
Okay.
sentence. Okay, for information. So now if you want to ask where do you live, it's a question.
Yes.
So how to frame question in French? Like see already you know that in any language we have closed questions, we have open questions. When we are talking about closed questions means response will be yes or no.
Yes.
Clear?
Yes or no.
Response will be yes or no. Clear?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Are you Dharmendra? No.
Yes.
Are you Salman Khan? No. Do you live in Patna? No. Okay. Clear? So we have closed questions and open questions. Okay. So when you are talking about closed questions, response will be yes or no. When you are talking about open questions, response will not be yes or no. Response needs to be elaborated. You have to elaborate the response. When I am asking you, when I ask you where do you live, you will say yes or no. You have to say I live in Patna, I live in Tiruvarur, I live in Sindhmangalam. If I say what is your name, you will say yes or no.
Yes.
You will say my name is Sri. Logic is there. So now see here. So here when you are saying J'habite à Tiruvarur, if I am asking do you live in Tiruvarur, so then you can say yes or no.
Yeah.
Do you live in Tiruvarur? No. Yes. But if I ask you where do you live, then you cannot say yes or no.
Yes.
Okay. So we have closed questions and open questions.
One question.
Clear?
Yes.
Closed and open. So both I will teach you.
Like
Okay,
yes,
step by
no
step.
question, WHO.
Any doubt comes you ask. Again I repeat, when you are using atre auxiliary verb, atre, complement will have agreement with subject in gender as well as in number. I am handsome. So if girl will say I am beautiful. I will say I am handsome. So handsome should have agreement with subject.
Yes.
Beautiful
Yeah.
should have agreement with subject in gender as well as in number.
Yes.
I am intelligent. If girl will say I am intelligent, intelligent should have agreement with subject in gender as well as in number. Always we keep in mind with atre verb.
Yes.
Okay. So now we are going to learn new thing. Okay. Any doubt comes you ask.
No.
Sri, you will 100% learn.
Okay, sir.
100% everybody. Now see here. French is over. This is what you already know how to frame, how to conjugate verb.
Yes.
Just preposition already you learned.
Yeah.
Then how to frame question. See here. First you tell me how to pronounce this. No, before you pronounce, I will tell you one thing.
Yes, sir.
Any French word ends with ate. Any French word ends with ate will make this sound a. Already you know. How? Clear? So how to pronounce this word?
Sujet.
Sujet. Because already I told this letter G. Individually you pronounce G, but in a word it will be pronounced J. Sujet means subject. Clear? Now Sri, this word is made of how many syllables? Way of, air, way of, how many syllables?
So 2 syllables.
After which letter?
After air.
Correct. So how to pronounce?
There.
Way of, air, way of, way of, air, way of. Oh, in alphabet class he was not there.
So no sir, from here it looks like A.
This one?
No sir, before A, before it looks like
Okay,
A.
okay. Way. Now we will how to pronounce. This word is made of 2 syllables. 2 syllables. Okay. I have taken way of, air, and then way of. How to pronounce?
Wave.
No, why?
Again
It is
pronounce.
way.
Why A sound is coming, Sri? Why you explain why A sound? Why? What came in your mind?
So no sir, because the O is silent. Silent. Wave. Wave.
Always keep in mind. So, see, this word is not made of 1 syllable. This word is not made of maximum 3 letters. This is not. This much is enough.
Yes.
So this is not made of maximum 3 letters. This is not 1 syllable word. So this will be silent. And you see, letter R is followed by a consonant in the same syllable. And it's again insisting on that. Letter R is followed by a consonant in the same syllable. R will be pronounced as. Verb. Sujet, verb. Clear?
Yes.
So keep in mind any French word ending with or they will make single sound a. Sujet, verb. Now you tell me this word is made of how many syllables?
So 3 syllables.
After which letter?
After M.
Okay, then
After accent.
This perfect command is there. You were not there in alphabet class, no?
No, sir.
I will tell you. So now you tell me how to pronounce this. Any doubts you can ask before pronouncing. If you have any doubt, you can ask.
So complément.
Great. Once more.
Complément.
So con, because O and will form nasal vowel sound on, because already I told O N and O M, these two will form nasal vowel sound, same nasal vowel sound, identical nasal vowel sound on. So here con, and already you know when letter R carries accent aigu, or will be pronounced A. So play, then R and will make nasal vowel sound on. Complément. And already you know that when C is followed by O, R O Q, C will be pronounced K. So here complément. And see here, Sri, I already told. Letter R will carry accent aigu when next syllable carries vowel sound. So you can see when you are saying without vowel sound you cannot form this nasal vowel sound. So this is nasal vowel sound. So already I told no, when letter R will carry accent aigu when next syllable carries vowel sound. So here we are putting accent aigu, next syllable carries vowel sound. R will be pronounced A. Complément. So sujet, verbe, complément. 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 Clear?
Yes.
So see here, subject, verb, complement. Subject, verb, object. Now see here. I am asking, do you live in Tiruvarur. Okay, sentence very simple. First closed question, then open question. Do you live in Tiruvarur? Question mark. So already you have the structure. See, Sri. Whenever you want to frame closed question, only one structure is there. So you don't have to think of anything. So you tell me, in English I have written, do you live in Tiruvarur? So now you tell me the subject. Q. Q. Perfect. Q. Now you tell me the verb.
Abhi. Abhi.
This one.
Yes, sir.
Oh, super. Super. Do you live in Tiruvarur? Now complement.
Tiruvarur.
Question mark. Question mark. French is over.
Sir, what
Question is ready.
What about do that word?
See, in French we don't have this.
Oh.
We don't have. In English we translate, but in French there is nothing like that.
Oh.
Do. Perfect. So because why I told you, you just identify the subject. You identify you because here we have you subject pronoun. Then I told you, you identify the verb. So what is the conjugation of abite verb in second person singular? Tu. Abit. Then I asked the complement. The complement is in Tiruvarur preposition plus object. Okay? So in Tiruvarur question mark. Clear? So how again you repeat?
Sir, Q abit Tiruvarur.
So now you tell me, like what happens in French? We have formal and informal situation. Okay, we have formal and informal situation. You cannot use any structure anywhere. We have different registers. Okay, in English, in Hindi also we have tum, aap. So in French also we have formal, informal registers. So you have to keep in mind two things always. Whenever you want to ask question, you have to see the situation. Whether the situation is formal or informal. Then what you have to see to whom you are referring to. You are referring to second person singular, you are referring to first person plural, you are referring to third person singular. That also obviously you have to keep in mind. But apart from that, you have to keep in mind whether the situation is formal or informal. So keep in mind. Based on that, we have three registers in French. So I will teach you today only one register. One register both closed and open. Okay, so first register I will teach you informal. Because informal we use mostly. So see here, very simple, you don't have to worry. Like see what I am saying. In any language we have formal and informal situations. So for formal we have one structure, for informal we have one structure. Okay, that is there no. Same thing in French also. We have different formal and informal registers. Okay, so see here, I will teach you informal register. See, very simple. Very simple, it will take 2 minutes only, don't worry. Let's see, I told you that we have three registers. So in all three registers, we will have closed, open, closed, open, closed, open structures. So if you want to frame closed portion in that register, you can follow one structure. If you want to frame open portion in that register, you can follow one structure. So only two structures will be there in three registers. So today we will finish it one register, closed, open. Okay, so see here, very simple, very logical. See. See here, I already told. So here we are going to talk about which register. Register means formal, informal register. Okay. Okay. In English we say register. In French we write like this. So how to pronounce this word? Can anybody try?
Sir, register.
Once more.
Register.
Register. Register. Register. Okay. Because you see this will be silent and consonant which comes just before final vowel with the raw. So register. And already I told you J, when J is followed by or Y, J will be pronounced J. Register, 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 register. Now see here, this is an adjective. I am talking about which register? I am talking about this register. Okay, familiar, familiar. We are talking about familiar register. Okay, so this is noun, this is adjective. Already I told in French, keep in mind, in French, in general we place adjectives after noun. So this is noun, this is adjective. So already I told when noun will be there, we have to place article before noun. So when we place different article before noun, when we are talking about a specific noun. So here we are talking about a specific noun only. We are talking about which register? We are talking about familiar register. So we will place register. See, register is ending with a, but still this noun is masculine. So we will write le. Le register. Le register. Why? See here. I already told you that in French we have le, la, le. Why le? Because a is followed by causing the same syllable. So a is pronounced a. A will be pronounced a. S will be silent. Because this is one syllable word. I'm not talking about abi. That is more than one syllable.
Yes.
Okay. So le, la, le. These three are different articles. So already you know we use different articles to refer to something specific, to talk about specific nouns. So here we are talking about which register? We are talking about familiar register, you know. So you are talking about a specific noun, we are not talking about unspecific noun. Clear? So you have to see this noun is whether masculine, whether feminine, whether singular, whether plural. So this is not ending with S. And already you know that we are talking about one register. This first is singular only. So problem is that this is ending with a, but still it is masculine. So already I told le we use when noun will be masculine singular. So we have this le. Now you tell me how to pronounce this. Keep in mind, Nayak, keep in mind. Generally, when nouns or adjectives are ending with e or r, in that case also or will make same sound a. Here I am talking about nouns or adjectives ending with e or r. In that case also or will make single sound a. Now you tell me how to pronounce this.
Familier.
Familiar. So which again you together you get all three.
La register familier.
Once more.
La.
See here. This we pronounce le. This one la. This one le. Le, la, le. Le, la, le. How you pronounce?
Le register familier.
Le registre familier. Le registre familier. Le registre familier. Le registre familier. So keep in mind, whenever you want to frame closed question, yes or no question, in this register, which register? Le registre familier, closed question. In English we call it informal register. Informal, you can write down. Informal register. This is informal register. Informal. This register we call it informal. Okay, informal register. Okay, informal. So keep in mind, le registre familier is informal register. When I am saying informal register, it means what? We use it in informal situations. Okay? So close your eyes. Whenever you want to frame question,
Yes, sir.
whenever you want to make a question, whenever you want to frame a question, that you want to use in informal situations. And if that question is closed question, yes or no question, then you have to use this structure. Which structure? Sujet, verb, complement. Clear? So keep in mind, again I repeat, in every, see we have three registers. In every register there will be closed and open structure. So here we are talking about first register, the register familiar. So here I have written closed structure. Whenever you want to frame closed question, you have to follow this structure. First you write subject, verb, complement. Sujet, verb, complement. This structure you have to follow for closed question. Clear?
Okay, sir.
Clear?
Yes,
So
yes.
keep in mind, this is informal register, so you are going to use with friends, with siblings. Okay? Clear? So now see here, very simple I am telling. When I am saying tu habita Tiruvaru, how will you understand in oral whether it is a question or a declarative sentence? How to say? In English we say, like see, in English we say, you live in Patna. This is not a question.
Yes.
Do you live in Patna? This is a
Question.
question. So do indicate that it's a question. But what about French? If you say same thing, tu habita Tiruvaru, how will you identify which one is question, which one is declarative sentence?
Yes.
Affirmative sentence, which one? How to identify in oral?
Yes.
In you will not say you live in Patna question mark. you are not going to do that. It's not possible, no. So how to do? In written I can understand by saying question mark, but in oral what we are going to do? So what you have to do? Whenever you are framing question in this register, the register family, informal register, you have to raise the pitch of your voice at the end of a question. So you have to say like this. Wait.
Tu habita Tiruvaru.
Wait. So see here. That is the problem in French. That is not a problem. Solution is there. So what you have to keep in mind whenever you are framing, whether it is closed question or whether it is open question. Whenever you are framing closed question, keep in mind you have to raise the pitch of your voice at the end of a question. So you have to say, tu habita Tiruvaru, tu habita Tiruvaru, tu habita Tiruvaru, tu habita Tiruvaru. You have to raise the pitch of your voice at the end of a question. Like see, if it is a declarative sentence, we say tu habita Tiruvaru, tu habita Tiruvaru. But when you say question, tu habita Tiruvaru, tu habita Tiruvaru, tu habita Tiruvaru, tu habita Tiruvaru, tu habita Pune, tu habita Mumbai. If it is a statement, tu habita Tiruvaru, tu habita Pune.
It also we can also express this question mark by our facial
Yeah.
non-verbal communication.
Tu habita Tiruvaru, tu habita Tiruvaru. Rishi, tu habita Pune, tu habita Tiruvaru, tu habita Madurai, tu habita Patna, tu habita Chennai. Ramesh, tu habita Kumbakonam, Asilmangalam. You got it? So that you have to keep in mind. So again I repeat, the register family informal register.
Okay, sir.
Two structures will be there, two types of questions will be there, closed, open. So when you are framing closed question in this register, the register family, this structure will be there,
Yeah.
subject verb complement, and then you have to raise the pitch of your voice at the end of a question. Tu habita Tiruvaru, tu habita Tiruvaru, tu habita Tiruvaru. Okay?
Okay.
Clear?
Yeah, clear, sir.
Clear, no? Like see, if you want to ask, you are Sushant. How will you ask? You are Sushant. You are Sushant. We have done adverb. Je suis, tu es, il est, elle est, nous sommes, vous êtes, ils sont, elles sont. So how to say? Are you Sushant?
Tu es Sushant.
Super. So see, when you say tu, so now you can speak French now. Perfect. So tu es Sushant. So when you say tu es Sushant, tu es Sushant, tu es Ravi. So you have to raise the pitch of your voice. And this is also closed question. This is closed question. Yes or no?
Yes.
Tu es Ramesh? No. Tu es Sushant? Yes. Okay? Clear?
In French, yes or no means? In French, yes or no means?
What?
In French, yes or no means?
Yes. Great. So for yes we say we. And no will be no. N-O-N. No. We know. We know. We know. We
No.
know. We
No.
know. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Sir,
Clear?
what
No.
you pronounce as
This. Then see, you will make sound we. Then this also will come we. Super. We. So you got logic now.
Yes.
So whenever see here we are talking about the register family. So this is a register, one register. Every register there will be two structures. For closed question, one register. For open question, one register. Here I have written a structure for closed question. Do you believe in Tiruvaru? Are you Sushant? Yes or no? Yes or no? Okay. Now I am going to teach you which question? Open question. So what structure you are going to follow? Which structure you are going to follow to frame open question? Clear? Any doubt comes to ask? Clear?
Yes, sir.
Now see here. See, open question you can identify. Open question you can identify. Why? Because whenever you want to frame open question, we use interrogative words. Interrogative words. Interrogative words means how, when, okay, what, why, where. So we use interrogative words. Easily you can identify that it's a question. But in closed question, that is not the case. In closed question, we don't use interrogative words. It's very easy to identify whether you are framing closed question or open question in French. Whenever open question will be there, interrogative word will be there. When it is closed question, no interrogative word. Clear? So when you want to frame open question, you have to use interrogative words. Okay? So I will write how to say in French interrogative word. Word is noun, interrogative is adjective. Very simple. Which word you are talking about? Interrogative word. So word is noun. See, I am getting very good support from Sri. We need it because what we want? We want simple sentences, simple day-to-day activities. That's all. We don't want logic. See, first I will tell the spelling. E-N-A-R-O-J-R-A-E-F. It's very long word. So you tell me how many syllables?
1, 2, 3.
After which letter shall is slash?
After N.
5.
After?
N.
Okay, then
After
air.
After O.
After
O. After A.
after
A.
Yeah.
100% you got command. Super. It's very good. Very grasping power super. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 syllables. Imagine. So now you tell me how to pronounce. Shall I give you a little bit?
No, sir. We will try.
Right. Slowly, syllable by syllable. Don't pronounce at that stretch. Syllable by syllable you try to pronounce. Then it will become clear. Syllable by syllable.
Interrogative.
No. See here. That is what I have got excellent handling. Only saying that see here E-N are forming nasal sound. Oh, like see already I told you see E-N, U-N, R-E-N, R-E-M. Y-N, Y-M, then R-E-N, R-E-N, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, all these will form same nasal vowel sound, So here you can see, single vowel letter E is followed by a nasal consonant N. And that nasal consonant N is followed by a non-nasal consonant T. It means 100% these two letters will form nasal vowel sound. And which sound? E-N, You know rule
Yes, sir, I know.
regarding this formation of nasal vowel sound?
Sir, I know, sir, but I forgot really.
Okay, no problem. If you don't know, I can explain again, no problem. So E-N will form a nasal vowel sound. It's very simple, three. I will tell you only two things. See how to identify whether in this word nasal vowel sound will occur or not. Very simple. What you have to keep in mind? See, whenever in any word N or M these two letters are there. It can be both letters, it can be only N or M. So like see in this word we have here one N, only once. Then you have to be alert because N and M, these two are nasal consonants. And when we are talking about nasal vowel sound you cannot form without nasal consonant. So whenever these two letters will come in a word, both or any one, then nasal vowel sound will occur. So in that case, what you have to keep in mind? These nasal consonants should not be like see here N we have. So N should not be followed by any vowel, or N should not be followed by again nasal consonant. Then only nasal vowel sound is possible. Whenever nasal consonant will be followed by a vowel or nasal consonant, nasal vowel sound is not possible.
Okay.
Always keep in mind. So always keep in mind nasal vowel sound will occur between single vowel letter and nasal consonant or two vowel letters and nasal consonant. But that nasal consonant should not be followed by again nasal consonant or again vowel. So here you can see this nasal consonant is not followed by nasal consonant or vowel. So 100% here nasal vowel sound will occur. Which nasal vowel sound? Now you
Autogatif.
Super. Antaru
Autogatif.
Correct. And this one, Sri.
Moth.
This will be silent. This will be silent. They will be silent. Mo. Okay. So now you will ask me one thing. A solution will go. So mo interrogative. Mo interrogative. So why tell? Because all is followed by a consonant the same syllable. So rogative. Final pronounced consonant. Now you will tell me why, sir? Here mo is ending with final silent consonant. The next word is starting with a vowel. Why you are not making liaison?
Yeah.
Why you are not making liaison? Because here you told that when we make liaison to pronounce final silent consonants like bhu zabi, ke, mu zabi, to, il zabi, el zabi. So there also first word is ending with final silent consonant, the following word starting with the vowel. So why you are not saying mo tantarogatif? Why not? Because keep in mind, this is a noun.
Yes.
Word. Which word? Interrogative word. So this adjective is qualifying, adding more information about this noun to this noun. Okay. So keep in mind, between noun and adjective, we don't make liaison. Okay. One case is there. Between noun and adjective, liaison is optional. When noun is plural, because adjectives will have agreement with noun. That is there. Adjectives must have agreement with noun in French. Keep in mind, adjectives must have agreement with noun in French. Clear? So keep in mind, both of you. When noun is singular, then liaison is forbidden, prohibited. So keep in mind, between singular noun and adjective, liaison is impossible. Because in French, keep in mind, adjectives must have agreement with noun in gender as well as in number. In French, always. So when noun is singular, then between noun and adjective, liaison is not possible. If it is plural, in that case also liaison is optional. If you do, okay. If you don't do, then also okay. Okay. But if singular noun is there, between singular noun and adjective, liaison is impossible. I am not saying between singular noun and singular adjective. Obviously, if noun is singular, adjective will be singular only, because adjective will have agreement with noun in gender as well as in number. So between singular noun and adjective, liaison is forbidden, note down. Okay, and adjective we place after noun in French. So very simple. So that is more interrogative. Okay, now I will tell you. We don't. Now I tell you, we don't have only one interrogative word. We have many: where, what, why, how, when.
Yes, yes.
Okay. So how to make noun plural? How to make noun plural? Because we have interrogative words. I am not talking about interrogative word. Interrogative words. How to make noun plural?
By adding s.
By adding s. So when you see whenever you want to make any noun plural, any adjective plural, we add s. Now you know that noun is masculine plural because noun is not ending with a.
Yes.
Noun is ending with te. So noun became masculine plural. How will you make adjective masculine plural? How will you make adjective masculine plural?
Adding.
By adding s. Clear?
Yes, yes.
Any doubt, Sri? You tell, you don't have to worry about. You tell any doubt. So now you know that we are talking about interrogative words. So here noun is there and you have not placed any article. How it's possible?
Yes.
How it's possible? And you are talking about a specific noun.
Yeah.
You are referring to something specific.
Yes, yes.
Which word? Interrogative word. Which words? Interrogative words. So which article will come? You can see on top and tell me.
Long. Long.
See here. This is
For masculine.
This is love.
La.
This we use when noun will be masculine singular. La. When noun will be feminine singular. Le. When noun will be plural. So which one will come?
Lay.
Super. So le. Why I am using definite article here? Because we are talking about a specific noun. Okay, we are talking about definite noun. Which word? Interrogative word. So le mo interrogative. Le mo interrogative. Now see here.
Yes.
What I told you, between singular noun and adjective liaison is forbidden. Between plural noun and adjective liaison is optional. So if somebody says le mo interrogative, it should not get hurt. Okay, somebody can say le mo interrogative or somebody can say le mo interrogative. So what I do personally, I don't make liaison between noun and adjective. Whether it is noun is singular or plural, I don't want to make liaison. Okay, so that is what I do. You also do same thing. So you don't need to make liaison between noun and adjective. Singular forbidden, plural optional. So here it is plural. So you can say le mo interrogative because s will become the here. Le mo interrogative or le mo interrogative.
Sir, if you say like this in oral communication, there may be confusion.
No confusion will be there. People can understand. When you say le mo interrogative, it will come. We use both.
Because we used article, that's why.
Where? Le obviously clear. Because here is plural, no, automatically it is clear. No. Because article will indicate that whether it is singular or plural, no problem there. So see here. So here we are going to talk about open question. Because we have done closed question in the register familiar.
Yes.
Now we are want to make open question in the register familiar. How to make? Okay? So remove interrogative. So I will give you only one interrogative word. That also I have given before. I gave you this one, no. You remember?
Yes.
I told you that Akson, you were there or he was not there?
I was also that.
You were there. So Akson graph I told we place on three vowels a, u. When you are placing it on a, sound will change. When you are placing it on a and u, sound will not change. That is for to distinguish between different words which have the same pronunciation, same spelling but different meaning.
Yes.
You were not there. You were there. Oh, you were there. To see. So how you pronounce this word? How you pronounce me? How you pronounce like this word? U. Same thing because already I told O you will make U sound. So already I give you this example also. U is here conjunction. Meaning is or. And here U is interrogative word. Meaning is where. Remember?
Yes.
So see here. So whenever you want to frame open question in this register, the register familiar, you have to keep in mind one structure for both one word. So see here. First, as it is sujet, as it is verb. Okay. Then Bus simple. So when you want to make open question, first subject will come, then verb will come, then interrogative word will come, and then complement. Because complement we keep at the end. Okay. So this structure you have to keep in mind. Sujet, verb, mot interrogatif, complément. Sujet, verbe, mot interrogatif, complément. Sujet, verbe, mot interrogatif, complément.
Yes.
Clear?
Yes.
So now I am asking. Already you know three meaning of where is who. So now you tell me where do you live? I am asking you where do you live? How will you ask in French?
Tu,
Wait, one by one. Okay, Q.
tu habites où?
Bus, because there is no complement. Bus. And then question marks. So if you ask this question, everybody can answer it's a question. Why? Because you are using interrogative word, question word, so no problem. So now you repeat.
Tu habites où?
So don't take that much time. So a little bit fast.
Tu habites où?
Super. Once more.
Tu habites où?
So you ask to Nayak, he will tell. You
Tu
ask.
habites où?
Abid or Tirvarur.
So once more, you say Nayak and then.
Naik, tu habites où?
Jabidat Tirvarur.
So Jabit, not Jabit, Jabit because of Elysium. Okay, so logic is there now. Very simple. Now you see. So tu habites où?